In the quiet corridors of power and on the decks of aircraft carriers, military alliances shape the destinies of nations. These alliances are the unseen architects of global power, determining who stands with whom when crisis strikes. Today, as tensions rise from Eastern Europe to the South China Sea, these agreements are being tested like never before. Understanding alliances is essential. They are not just signatures on paper, but solemn vows to defend one another. The principle of collective defense, an attack on one is an attack on all, raises the stakes for any aggressor. Alliances amplify the power of their members, creating a more stable international environment. They can mean the difference between a local dispute and a global conflict. Across the globe, alliances define the major teams in the game of international relations. On one side, long-standing democratic alliances led by the United States. On the other, new groupings led by China and Russia. The trust or mistrust between these blocs will shape the future of peace and war. These alliances are the framework of global security. Their strength and cohesion have never been more important. The world's stability depends on the promises they uphold. Military alliances serve three core purposes: deterrence, cooperation, and unity. Deterrence is simple. A strong alliance warns adversaries. Attack one, face all. This collective security makes war less likely by raising the cost of aggression. Cooperation is the second pillar. Alliances allow nations to train together, standardize equipment, and prepare for crises before they erupt. This interoperability means alliances are stronger together than alone. Finally, unity. A bloc of nations speaking with one voice wields enormous diplomatic power. United alliances can shape international norms, impose sanctions, and mediate conflicts more effectively. These three pillars, deterrence, cooperation, and unity, are what give alliances their enduring power. They're not just about preparing for war, but about preventing it. By binding nations together, alliances foster trust and stability. They are essential tools for managing the risks of international relations. The world is entering a new era of great power competition. The US, China, and Russia are vying for influence, reshaping global security. Threats now include not just military force, but cyber attacks, disinformation, and economic coercion. Old alliances like NATO and US partnerships in Asia are being called upon to provide stability. These alliances offer a framework for collective response to shared threats. At the same time, new, flexible coalitions are emerging, reflecting a multipolar world. Middle powers now have more influence, and alliances can shift depending on the issue. This creates a complex geopolitical map. Countries may be allies on one front, competitors on another. The risk of miscalculation is high. Regional crises can quickly escalate. The war in Ukraine and tensions in the Taiwan Strait show how fragile peace can be. The strength and adaptability of alliances will determine if the world moves toward stability or conflict. In this environment, alliances are under intense scrutiny. The stakes have never been higher. NATO stands as the gold standard of military alliances. Founded in 1949, its core is Article 5. An attack on one is an attack on all. This principle has deterred aggression and preserved peace in Europe for over 75 years. NATO's strength lies in its deep military integration, standardized equipment, joint exercises, and seamless cooperation. 32 nations operate as a single force in crisis. NATO is also a political forum, making decisions by consensus and ensuring unity. Today, NATO faces new challenges: terrorism, cyber warfare, and a resurgent Russia. It has adapted, expanded, and reaffirmed its mission of collective defense. Despite internal debates, NATO remains the benchmark for alliances worldwide. Its unity and integration make it a uniquely powerful force for stability. In Asia, the US uses a different model, the hub-and-spoke system. Instead of one large alliance, the US maintains bilateral pacts with Japan, South Korea, the Philippines, Australia, and Thailand. Each relationship is tailored to specific regional needs: maritime security with Japan, deterrence with South Korea, global cooperation with Australia. This flexible system allows the US to maintain strong ties across a vast region. Recently, the US has encouraged allies to work together, forming mini-lateral groups like the Quad and AUKUS. These arrangements address new security challenges, especially the rise of China. The goal, a web of partnerships to uphold a free and open Indo-Pacific. By strengthening alliances and fostering cooperation, the U.S. aims to deter conflict and preserve stability. This evolving network is America's answer to the strategic challenges of the 21st century. It's a dynamic architecture for a complex region. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization, or SCO, led by China and Russia, is not a traditional military alliance. Its focus is regional security, economic cooperation, and countering terrorism, separatism, and extremism. Unlike NATO, the SCO lacks a collective defense clause. Members aren't bound to defend each other. The SCO is shaped by the interests of China and Russia, serving as a platform for influence and economic initiatives like the Belt and Road. But it's a diverse group, including rivals like India and Pakistan, which limits its cohesion. The SCO conducts joint exercises, but mainly for internal stability, not external defense. It's a significant player in Eurasian politics, but not a unified military bloc. The SCO reflects a different approach to regional cooperation in a multipolar world. The Collective Security Treaty Organization, or CSTO, is Russia's answer to NATO. It includes former Soviet republics and has a collective defense clause, but in practice, it's far less cohesive. The CSTO is dominated by Russia, with other members relying on Moscow's leadership and resources. Its most notable action was a brief peacekeeping mission in Kazakhstan, but it's been criticized for inaction elsewhere, like in Armenia. The alliance's effectiveness depends on Russia's interests. If a conflict doesn't align with Moscow's goals, the CSTO rarely intervenes. This inconsistency undermines its credibility as a security guarantor. The CSTO remains a regional player, but lacks the integration and unity of NATO. It's a limited alliance shaped by Russia's priorities. In international security, trust is the most valuable currency. The power of an alliance depends on whether its promises are believed by members and adversaries alike. A credible, united alliance deters aggression and reduces the risk of conflict. Public commitments and joint exercises signal strength. Any sign of division invites risk. The perception of unity is as important as actual military power. In hotspots like Eastern Europe and the South China Sea, alliance credibility is constantly tested. The belief that allies will stand together is built over years of cooperation and shared sacrifice. This trust must be nurtured and defended. In geopolitics, the perception that an alliance will hold firm can be the key to preserving peace. Military alliances are more relevant than ever. They're the foundation of global security. From NATO's integrated command to the flexible partnerships in the Pacific, alliances organize nations to face common threats. Today's alliances must adapt to new challenges: cyber warfare, terrorism, economic coercion, and climate change. Minilateral groups like the Quad and AUKUS show the trend toward dynamic, issue-focused cooperation. The contest between alliance systems, democratic blocs led by the US versus groupings like the SCO, will define the century. No nation can face global challenges alone. Cooperation is a necessity. Alliances, despite their flaws, are the best tool for managing insecurity and promoting peace. They declare that we are stronger together. The future of security depends on the strength and adaptability of these partnerships. The promises we keep to one another will shape the world's stability.